So.
You blew up your transmission. You screwed up. You know what you did was exceeding the limits of your car. But the question is, how are you gonna make things right? Maybe you're trying to be cool. Take it from a guy that's driven a Miata for the last 5 years. The only way to really be cool is to shove 600 wheel into your car. We all know what's right.
Age up, age up, age up, age up.
So next time a Ferrari pulls up on you,
Smoke.
don't ask me if it works. I assume it does. I don't know. This thing's never been in a wind tunnel. Congratulations! You have built yourself a Miata with so much horsepower, you cannot keep a transmission in the car. This has resulted in you blowing up multiple transmissions, and those things are not getting any cheaper. I want to preface all this by saying, if you're still silly enough to have a BP motor in your car, and you care about such things like NVH, highway cruising speed, how long your first gear is, then go check out Greg Peters' video on this very topic. He does an excellent job of breaking down several transmission options for higher horsepower Miatas. As much as I love my boy Greg Peters, this is not some BP powered street car. This is a K24 time attack build. I don't care about such things as highway cruising RPM or first gear length. Also, I am not keeping a Miata differential in the car, so I can adjust my rear end to get the gearing that I want. Now, that being said, let's look at the 6 transmission options that I researched for putting into this car. Man, get this shit out of here. We're talking about transmissions for cars that make in excess of 500 foot-pounds. Miata transmissions, they can't even handle half of that. While there are 1 or 2 shops that offer built transmissions for them, they have not been able to reliably demonstrate holding more than 300 foot-pounds. And yes, this includes Walter Motorsports, who only recently reopened after several years of being inactive. This is easily the most well-known transmission swap for higher horsepower Miatas. Generally because K-Power has offered a kit for them for at least 6 or 7 years, if not longer. The transmissions are fairly cheap and fairly easy to come by. They're also very, very strong. The downside is you will absolutely 100% need to re-gear your rear end, as these transmissions came with very short ratios from the factory. Again, a very popular transmission choice, largely due to K-Powers having had a swap kit for them for 6 to 7 years. However, these occasionally suffer from completely uncurable vibration. The cause has never really been narrowed down for the Miata community. These transmissions are also not quite as strong as a ZF5 and 6-speed. They're generally considered plenty strong for anything you want to throw at them though. Very, very common transmission. These came in a variety of Nissan and Infiniti platforms, and the Z community absolutely love these things, with good reason. I have never met a 350Z owner that didn't absolutely love his transmission. As long as it doesn't suffer from the dreaded 5th and 6th gear single cone synchro issues, which will cause a lot of grinding if you really ham-fist it in there. But this transmission is known for being incredibly strong, holding upwards of 1,000 wheel on the drag strip getting launched. Additionally, you can still buy them brand new from Nissan. Ah yes, the 8HP, the little brother to the BMW DCT. These are not DCTs, but the shifting times are very, very similar. It's also the only transmission that still has a torque converter, making it the only lame automatic on this list. The downside is this is not a very well-known swap, especially not Miatas. At the time of making this video, I know of a handful of people running this transmission, but it's nowhere near what I would call kit or off-the-shelf ready. The Quaif, the holy grail of sequential transmissions. Just pull that stick and let her rip. 6 speeds of completely customizable sequential shifting, absolute magnificence. Honestly, if you're building a performance car and you have an unlimited budget, you're not looking at any other transmissions. This is the one for you. But like I said, your pockets better be deep because the transmission alone is over $15,000. That's a little bit too steep for the kind of grassroots racer that I am. So, which of these transmissions did I pick? Everybody, say hello to my not so little friend, the CD09. Obviously, a Nissan transmission that comes on a rear-wheel drive car doesn't fit a Honda motor that comes on front-wheel drive cars. So what you do is, you get your CD09, you cut the bell housing off, and then you get the Fish Racing bell housing adapter. That's going to bolt right onto the CD09 and allow this to bolt right onto the K24. No additional adapter plates, no weird heavy flywheels. You literally just use the flywheel they send you, and then you have your choice of clutches. In my case, I went with the Tilton twin disc because if a twin disc is an option, why would you not get the twin disc? Also, it's rated for like 800 foot-pounds, so yeah. And now for my next trick, I'm gonna make that fit in there. Guys, I cannot adequately describe how happy I am to see this in here with the CD09 attached. So up till this moment, I did not know for a fact that that transmission would fit in the tunnel. So till now, I didn't know if this is gonna work, but it works, and it actually fits really well. There's a ton of clearance up here. This side, same thing. Even though this is gonna get trimmed out, there's still a lot of room down there. It's sitting on its own in the engine bay. A K24 attached to a CD09, all the K-Power mounts, the Fish adapter. It fits. I'm not lying when I say up till now, I didn't know if any of this would work at all. I could have gone this far for absolutely nothing. But look, this gets even better. I don't even think I'm going to have to cut the stock transmission hole. So right here's the shifter input on the CD09. So the shifter's gonna sit right about here. And most of them are adjustable, so you can move them in this range of motion. So I think I will literally be able to use the stock hole in the driveline to put the shifter in. I mean, look at that. There is absolutely loads of room under here for my purposes. But what you see right now is all that I have to fit in here. It is pretty tight up there at the top. It fits, and it fits well. I am very happy right now. Well, the motor's in there, and there's a transmission attached to it. It's honestly great news to know that everything fits and looks like it's gonna work out, but this is nowhere near the end. I still have to build a transmission mount, I have to build a new motor mount, and I have to figure out my differential solution and how I'm gonna mount that. And I have to do all the preparation for a cage. Oh, did I say cage? That's right. This thing's gonna get a cage pretty soon. I'm not gonna do the cage work, but I'm gonna do all the preparation for it. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next episode, but I can guarantee you one thing. I'll still be working on this thing. Stay tuned.